What's up everyone? Slave Buddha back here with another video. Today I'm gonna be breaking down 4 trades I took. I'm gonna break down all my trades I took last week. I took 4 trades last week. It was a beautiful week. 1 break even and 3 wins. And I'm not even, it was a total of 9.5 R, but that's not even the thing I'm most excited about. I'm more so excited because my win rate was really high. 3 wins, 1 break even, no losses this week. And I'm looking forward to continuing this amazing win rate, mostly because now I'm mostly going off higher time frames now, rather than I don't really use 1 minute anymore, just because psychology wise it's not the best for my psychology. Wait, you know what, before we get into that, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Don't be a dumbass. Alright, cool. So what was I saying? So yeah, just for my psychology, I felt like 5 minute, 50 minute, 1 hour, 4 hours is a lot better for my psychology, which in turn, of course, is better for your trades and better win rate, blah blah blah. Anyway, let's break the trades down. I took 1 EU trade, 3 GU trades. I will start with EU. It's gonna be kind of longer than my usual videos, so guys, better grab some. Don't grab popcorn, grab some fruits. Drink a smoothie or something, tea or something. Get your notes down and let's get into it. Let me show you guys the proof first of all. Okay, this is backtesting. Y'all better backtest. All you lazy motherfuckers that haven't backtested this weekend, but you're still wondering, what happened, why you took losses, you don't understand it. You better go backtest right now. In fact, after this video, just watch everything, go reverse engineer the trades, and then backtest the previous week. Man, don't be fucking lazy. Okay. You sound like a fucking mom. Okay, let's start with the first trade, which was the break even on GU. If I can find that. Where is it? Yeah, right here. So this is the first trade. It was break even, peaked at 3R. But I was thinking we'll take out all of this liquidity into, there was like an untapped order block up here. Honestly, I should have taken partials at 3R, but anyway, no need to go over that. So that was a break even trade. Then I had this trade which ran a total of 4.5 R. GU buys, lovely trade. I could have got this better entry. We're gonna go over what I could have done to get a better entry and better risk reward as well. And yeah, screenshots. Then GU, because of news, GU stopped me out at break even and then flew my way again. I don't know what the fuck that was, but anyway, lovely entry there. Then I took this sell on EU for 2R. This was a low probability trade. It was high risk, low probability. So once I saw it wasn't really going my way, I just took my partial at 2R. I also wasn't behind my laptop, so I didn't want to trade my phone. I hate trading on my phone. I did analysis on my laptop, but I entered on my phone and I was managing with my phone, and I really hate doing that. So I just took majority of a 2R, like 90% honestly, or 95%, and the rest got stopped at a break even. But this was the EU trade. I'll show you guys that breakdown too. And then I had another win on GU right here. Beautiful trade, very clean, very simple. That's the most important thing, to keep it simple right here. And I share all my analysis, I share all my setups in my journal, so before they happen, I already said this, that I want to buy from here, right? And this is the PO I use, so make sure you follow my journal, so you can just see how I do my daily analysis. I always send analysis and setups before they happen, and then I don't share my entries, but you guys will figure out how you want to enter, and you can just learn from all that. So let's break it down. And you also see why I decided to TP at those areas, because what happened here is, this is the backtesting. Yeah, we'll go to that. Make sure you have sensible places for your TP, right? Sensible places. A lesson I've learned the last 2 weeks is that high RR, it's cool and everything, and if you can consistently get it all the time, that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you should first focus on being able to consistently get 2R, 3R per consistently, before you start rushing into trying to get 10R trades and stuff, because all that is just a flex. And I used to do that too, 5R, 10R per trade, blah blah blah, but the win rate wasn't really that high, maybe like a 50% win rate, sometimes 60%. And like I said, if what I tell people is that 1 minute time frame, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with using 1 minute time frame, but you understand that for most people, your win rate is going to be low, but your risk to reward is going to be really awesome. Like, you're going to have 10-hour, 8-hour, 5-hour trades easily using 1 minute, but your win rate is going to be lower. And naturally, 1 minute time frame is just a lot heavier on your psychology. It's a lot heavier on your psychology than using a higher time frame. So if you know you can handle that, then sure, go ahead. But for me, I've figured I want a better psychology. 1 minute was kind of a bit too intense for me. It just takes more energy than I want to spend on that. Anyway, I was ranting too long. Let's get into the video. So what are we seeing here on the daily? We took our liquidity from these two lows, broke daily structure, pulled back into this daily order block. So of course, long term, I'm looking for buys. Well, relatively, I don't know how long I would say long term is. I actually want to see us take out these equal highs now into, I'm pretty sure I've done analysis like this before too, into, there's a 8-hour OB there. Let's just check the 8-hour. So either selling from here, this order block, or selling from, there's like a 1-hour OB inside there. I'm not even going to go through that, but selling here, that's more long term. This is where we are right now, but I knew I wanted to buy from here. We can refine that to the 4-hour zone, which we tapped into perfectly right there. So this is my refinement from the daily time frame to look for buys. So of course, until we get there, I'm going to be focused on sells to buys. That was a plan. We took out trendline liquidity previously, like 2 weeks ago or something. 4-hour is bearish, continuously breaking 4-hour structure to the downside. We are bearish. So sells make sense. However, of course, you're not going to be selling inside this POI. You're going to expect either a retracement or full impulse to continue the daily bullish trend that we are on. So let's look at the trade I took. So the trade I took was supposed to be a continuation of FOMC. If you look at FOMC, which was on this day, this is Wednesday. So we had FOMC. It was a beautiful sell from of FOMC, very, very textbook. But during FOMC, I'm usually sleeping. It's like 3 a.m. here, and I don't like leaving limits, especially during news while I'm sleeping. So I did not participate. But of course, sells made total sense. Why? Because look, we have on the 1 hour a break of this structure. We have a slight liquidity grab on clearer on lower time frames. Not really clear on the 1 hour. If you go to like maybe 50 minutes, it's probably clearer. Let's see. Don't know why it's being really slow, but right here we grab liquidity from this high on a lower time frame, but on the 1 hour, of course, it's not super obvious. But we have a stop on, we have a break of structure. Where's price pulling back to? This is a hidden order block, a hidden base. People ask me what it is. Go back test hidden order blocks after impulsive moves next to breakers. That's what I'm going to give you guys. Go back test it. Impulsive moves that break structure, back test when price pulls back to the breaker or the order block next to the breaker versus when price pulls back to origin, and use liquidity as a complement. So look here, we have beautiful inducement of that POI. Why is this inducement? This high failed to break structure, right? We didn't have any break. We pushed down. These are all liquidity grabs. This is a wick, so it's not a break of structure, meaning now it turns into liquidity. So this is where we got that reaction for FOMC, and we had this push down to tap into the 4-hour OB for buys before it flew. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch the buys because they happened during Asia. Not any. I first trade New York. So the sell I took actually was London, and I don't usually trade. I try and avoid London just because I feel like New York is easier to trade, honestly. But anyway, we have that push down for FMC. We grab the liquidity from here. You can also call this a stop hunt of this high. So we have a clear stop hunt here. Stop hunt. We have a break of structure. Right, we broke all this structure to the downside. So you can just show it from here. We broke all the structure. Price is pulling up. I'm pulling back, pulling up. Price pulling back. Again, remember what I said about breakers to backtest. Impulsive move, break or structure. Think breaker. Okay, go backtest it. Go see when breakers hold price. And not only that, also think of inducement when you're taking your breaker trades. So, yeah, I saw this lovely hidden order block here, like so, and it was being induced by this POI here, right? So this high right there was inducing it, and we kind of slowed down as we came into the POI. I entered, I don't remember, let me check actually. Back testing. Okay, so I no idea because I didn't send the chart, so I don't know what the exact entry was, but according to that it is around here maybe, so maybe just where I have my zone drawn out. Again, I was using my phone, so I couldn't really get like an accurate entry and things like that, but I entered here around here. My stop loss was 6 pips, which was really too much. I was using my phone, I didn't want to miss it on the trade, so I just put 6 pips. 5 pips would have been better, or even 4 point whatever, but again, I was using my phone, so honestly I should have gained more from this trade, but instead I closed it around 2R. My initial target actually was maybe lower, a bit lower in this range. Don't remember what my initial target was. I don't even think I really had one, just because again I was using my phone and I hate trading my phone. So I saw we were pulling back like this, and I just said fuck it, I'm gonna close the trade at 2R. I don't really need to trade right now because I don't like trading London. So this is a 2% on this trade. What I should have done is, of course, had a tighter stop loss, maybe 4.5 pips, and I could have gained like 3R from this trade. That's what I would have done if I was on my laptop. That's definitely how I would have entered. Maybe there's even a better refinement on the 1 minute. Let's see. I don't know why it's acting so slow. Man. Don't know why it's acting so slow. Let me use the replay button. Alright, let's see if there's better refinement. Maybe not. And not anything on the 1 minute, maybe seconds time frame, but I don't want to go down there. So anyway, that was the trade for EU. Let's go to GU. So this was on Thursday. On GU, I took a break-even trade on Tuesday, I believe it was. So that was the first trade of the week, was break-even. Let's see what's happening on GU on the daily first of all. So I've said this many times in my last videos. We took out equal lows here on GU, followed by a break of structure. Right there, we pulled back into this daily OB. There's like a 4-hour inside here, so I'm just gonna draw out the wick so it's not taking up too much of, it's not blocking the candles. And then we pulled back again into this area of demand, order block, whatever you want to call it. This low didn't really break major structure. We broke 4-hour structure and stuff, so I would love to see us go up from here, because for me the daily is still pretty bullish, but I'll love to see us go up from here to come up here. But again, the things that are making me very iffy about it is, firstly, on the weekly time frame, this is not a break, it's not a body kind of close, although on the daily it is a break, so I'm treating it as a break of structure. But this level didn't break daily structure. It did break 4-hour structure, so I do want to see us fly from the daily. The daily order block I refined into the 4-hour, like so. So this is my refinement. This is what I was looking to buy from, right here. And it did break 4-hour structure, which is why I took more buys here. We'll go over that later on. Anyway, so we're in the 4-hour OB that's inside the daily OB. This 4-hour OB is being induced right here. Lovely inducement right there. So I knew for certain we're going to take out this liquidity into this order block and go higher. Now, of course, I'm not going to enter up this whole zone. I was looking for a refinement rather than waiting for confirmation, which is something I'm trying to do more often nowadays, because to me it's easier. Oh man, it's acting so slow. Alright, let's go back. Let's see what the refinement was. So now what I did was that I saw 2 points of interest. I saw this one here, the extreme, and when I'm refining, I prefer to go off the extreme usually, but for this particular trade I didn't want to miss out on the trade just because I over refined. I'm just gonna remove this daily what's this 4 hour zone. I'm just gonna move that there, or whatever the fuck that was. I think that was the daily zone. But yeah, I didn't want to miss out on the trade because I was overfunding. This is also liquidity, so I was thinking would most likely pull back into here and take even this out as liquidity too, right? But again, I was like, oh, I don't want to miss out on the buy if we do end up reacting from here, because this, this is the inducement here. So what I did, which, when I was back testing, I was like, oh, I probably should have just gone with my usual plan, because in my plan, if I have two extremes in a higher time frame order block, and yeah, more likely than not, I'm gonna go for the extreme. It's a lot safer, and if price doesn't react off the extreme, then I will I don't need to do that. Then I will just wait for confirmation, right? Like 5-minute whatever confirmation. But what I did was that I said, okay, you know what? Let's move this. You know what? I don't want a stop loss of more than 10 pips on GU. So what I did was I entered. I don't know what my entry was. Let me find the exact entry actually. So the entry was 1.3. Was this it? No, this is not the one. Yeah. So, oh, I forgot to go over my break-even trade. Oh, I didn't do it in order. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know. I just went straight for the, I think, Wednesday trade. I'll go over the break-even trade after this. Or I'll do that last. That was because that came first, actually. But whatever. Anyway, so my entry was 1.36220. So 1.36220. And I didn't want a stop loss of more than 10 pips. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to enter like this. I'm going to enter like this. 10 pip stop loss. Where was my target? So I knew price would potentially reverse from here. That's the first thing I thought of. Secondly, I saw we had these relatively equal highs here. So my target was 4.5R. You have to have your TP has to make sense, right? This could be a possible obstruction, where I could either see a deeper retracement, which I don't want to hold my trade for that long, or we could even, who knows, well, we've broken structure, so I don't expect us to break out through this low again. But you don't want to sit through a deep retracement just because you want 5R. That was me before, well, sort of. Anyway, so yeah, I took major partials off at 4.5R. So what I should have done is just stuck to the entry here on the 50-minute OB, and it was induced so beautifully. I already entered the trade, but once I saw this happen, I was like, oh man, this is a beautiful inducement right here. See how we don't touch it to the order block yet. So this was stop hunt into the OB. My stop loss would have been maybe like 5 pips or so, and this would have been a better risk reward up to 10R. So that's a better way. I'll probably take my first partials at this structure, maybe around here, like maybe 7R. I'll round it up to 7, and then I'll probably take more off at 10R. But that would have been a better refinement. Okay, and even the other buys I took on Friday, I didn't want to refine to the extreme because I was concerned that I'll miss out on the trade again. But realizing now she's just gonna inherit it and see what happened during FOMC, man. See, we tapped into whatever the hell was here. I don't even know. I don't even want to look for it. But we tapped into whatever is there. Grab liquidity. We decided to take out more liquidity from here too, I guess, into whatever the hell is there. I don't even want to go look for it. I think there's an order block there before we flew. So I couldn't. I knew price was gonna go higher from there, so that's why I left some partials at 4.5R. But then this should happen anyway. Doesn't matter. I've taken them. That's why partials are important. Even though I know GU is gonna fly from here, I'm not gonna hold like 80% of my partials. When just take your money off the market. Don't get greedy. I used to be so greedy, and it's just a lot of lessons learned previously, mostly because I didn't want to announce it on YouTube, but I started a signal service. Please don't ask me about it until I say anything about it in my journal, because I know I'm gonna get a ton of messages. It's not open for the rest of the month, so but just starting the signal service, I realized a lot of things. It was so helpful for me, and yeah, I'm so grateful for it and everyone that's in it as well. Anyway, let's go to the buys. No, this video isn't going to be as long as I thought it would be. So we have the 4-hour OB there. This is my first buy. FOMC happened. We pushed down, grabbed some more liquidity from here, but we broke structure. To the upside. Broke this one too, whichever one you want to use, whatever. Both of them got broken, so I was just looking for buys. Now this sell made perfect sense. Unfortunately, I didn't take it because I already had a trade for the day, so I didn't enter it. Honestly, I didn't even notice it. I wasn't paying attention because I took a trade, so I was done. I didn't check the charts, but this would have been a lovely sell right here. Lovely sell from here. Anyway, I was focused on buys. We've broken structure. I'm expecting higher prices. I saw we had a clean 45-minute order block right there. Clean 45-minute OB, like so. So I wanted to buy from here as a continuation move to the upside. What did I do? I went to lower time frames to look for a refinement, to just enter off the refinement. Now the thing about refinement is that I refinemented the 5-minute, the gap of the 5-minute OB. This is my entry, a better entry, which I was hesitant on taking again because I didn't want to miss it on the trade, even though maybe I should have just gone with it anyway. Would have been refined to the 3-minute order block. Yeah, so I'm still getting, used to refinement and trusting them. For now, I'm still just gonna, take it slow and build my confidence up to refine trades. From next week, that's what I'm gonna be doing. But we have that POI being induced here. Now, you might be thinking, oh, it's so risky to take a trade like this, and it could be. I'm gonna remove that. It could be, but see how we compressed into the POI. We slowed down, we compressed, and we then created this sort of trendline liquidity thing here, right? This gave me the confluence to enter off that 5-minute. And if you refine to the 3 minutes, this is now inducement of that 3-minute right there. Super simple. I saw the compression, and more time, it's all a matter of probability, right? More times than not, when I see price compress into a POI, that means we're building up that liquidity here. It's kind of like a range, sort of, but we're building up that liquidity here. We even have liquidity built below this whole channel thing. So I have more confluences. I've seen it happen more times than not. I've seen it be more successful more times than not. So I'm confident just entering off that risk entry. A lot of things, like when you're trading, because I've back tested a lot. You guys don't know how much I've back tested. Go to my journal. I back test every freaking weekend. Every weekend. From when I started, I opened that journal. I said, I'm going to back test until I get this shit. And I back tested. And a lot of things, the reason why I don't want to toot my horn, but the reason why I have this understanding of the market is because through back testing, I saw that I've seen so many of the same patterns repeated over and over and over again. So when I see that same pattern in the live market, instantly I'm more confident to enter that trade. Instantly. I've seen this happen a ton of times, not only live but also through backtesting. So people ask me, is backtesting important? Hell yeah, of course it's important. Of course. What kind of question is that? Backtest, take a screenshot, embed it in your head, stick it to your brain. The more you backtest, the more you get familiar with price action and the way the market moves. Even though it's all in hindsight. Yes, it's in hindsight, but you're gonna I've seen this happen so many times live, and I'm confident entering of this trade. If I wanted to wait for confirmation, beautiful confirmation here. Beautiful confirmation for buys, right? We break structure. We broke this structure. Stop on BMS. Inducement. Look again. See how we compress. Check the 1-minute time frame to make it look cleaner. So it can be clearer rather. See how we compress again. What's the difference between this and this? What's the difference? There's no difference. It's just a different time frame. Price is fractal. So some people ask me, oh, how come you're so good at higher time frame? It's because I've also backtested lower time frame. How come I'm so good at lower time frame? It's because I know what happened. I understand the higher time frame. It's all just the same thing, But anyway, let's get back to this. So I entered here. Stop loss was like 9.5 pips. So it's a bigger stop loss than usual, but again, I'm getting more comfortable with bigger stop losses and less risk reward than usual. I said in my journal on Friday that I took only 4 trades this week. Usually when I'm using the 1-minute time frame, I might take like 7 to 10 trades maybe a week, and my win rate will be lower. But honestly, I might still end the week with the same risk with 9.5 R. Maybe a little more, maybe 12 or 10 or 11, I don't know. But my psychology wouldn't have been as good as it was this week, when I'm focused only on higher time frames. when I was scalping, of course, I'm still using higher time frames for my direction and for my POIs before I go to lower time frames and lower time frames to look for confirmation. But now I don't even want to see a 1 minute confirmation anymore. I want to see a 5 minute breakout first, or 3 minute, but most likely 5 minute breakout first before I start looking for an entry on whatever time frame the POI looks the cleanest on. But usually nowadays I'm going to wait for a 5 minute breakout before I take a trade, and it's working perfectly. Or I might just enter off the higher time frame because it's just stress free. Like I don't have to. I'm really good at higher time frame direction. That's why I can trust and taking entries like this without without waiting for confirmation. Me just more stress free. Set my limit, set my alarm. I'm done for the day. I hate missing out on trades as well when my higher time frame is correct. Like the 4-hour buys from the one I took before. I don't think there was any good lower time frame entry. Yeah, I don't think there was. There was no good lower time frame entry. There was a 1 minute break, but that was a fake out. That was not a real break, so you might even taken a loss. So yeah, for me, high win rate, blah blah. Tired of ranting on. Let's go on with the video. So where was my TP 3R? Why? Because first of all, we have this liquidity here that I want to see get taken out. Second of all, we have the hidden OB, which is also a 3-minute OB, whichever one I want to use, where you could see a potential retracement from, which actually happened. And of course, again, I don't want to sit through all of this. My greedy ass back whenever, what I'll do is I'm like, okay, I need to get 5R. So I'll aim for 5R. Of course, my SL will be smaller though. If I entered off the 3 minute, I would have had a smaller SL, maybe 5 pips or something. So this could have been a potential 5, 6, 7 hour trade. But you have to have sensible areas for your TP. 3R 3% is really good. In fact, let me even tell you guys, the GU trade I took, the buys I took from the 4-hour OB there, I risked 2%. I took 1% off a 2R, and I took like 80% of the second 1% at 4.5R. So once I get more confident with this, I don't using only higher time frame. Using higher time frames is just gives you more confidence to enter off, like enter with 2%. But anyway, that was just a rare occasion. I'm not telling you guys to use it because even I barely enter with 2%. That was the first time that's probably my first time in a year using a 2% risk. But yeah, that was the GU buy. And then let's go over the break-even trade. The break-even one on Tuesday. That's the last one. So I had a break-even trade on Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. So at first I didn't want to trade on Tuesday just because my POI for sales was here and we didn't tap into it. What I failed to do on Tuesday was to see that on the 15-minute, what happened is that we reacted off. Inside that 1 hour, we had this 15-minute zone that price reacted off to already. And we reacted off there and we already broke structure, right? We already broke structure here. So price then pulled back. Into this 15-minute. Just to return to origin. Why is this 15-minute important? Because it also has that inducement. Right? It also has that inducement right there. So yeah, the reason why I didn't want to take trades is because, again, like I said, I want to base most of my trades on higher time frames. So I wanted to see us pull back into more premium levels of this 1 hour range, at least, and we hadn't pulled back into any premium levels. So I was like, I don't want to take a trade when it's not in my buy POI. The 4-hour order block is not in my buy POI. Neither is it in any premium level for sales. So what I should have done this day is even this analysis, I didn't notice it happen until I saw this. So I was on a 5-minute time frame, and I think because of news, it was just really choppy. It was just, yeah, this week there was a lot of choppy moves in the week just because of news. There was so much news last week, guys, so much news. But anyway, I saw this stop on BMS on the 5-minute time frame. This entry is so clean, so clean. Cleaner than my fucking mom's kitchen. Liquidity inducement, right? So I saw all of this and I was like, wait, where's this coming from? So then I saw we had the 15-minute, blah blah blah, but I didn't take the sell, which was, well, maybe not silly of me, but I was like, no, I want to stick to the 1 hour, and the sell worked out, right? This beautiful sell worked out. Then I was like, okay, you know what? We actually came off another 4-hour order block here. He came off a hidden OB there. Maybe it's clean on the 1 hour. I'm not really sure. I didn't want to buy from here just because I knew essentially this is inducement for here, right? So there's like a 2-hour OB here. So I initially didn't want to buy from here, though I could have probably refined that POI and taken a buy or so. But again, I had a lower POI where I already bought from, like the day after this or 2 days after this, whatever. Anyway, it came from that POI and it caused a break of all this structure to the upside, right? Meaning we could see some sort of pullback, maybe take our liquidity from here and retrace to more premium levels before getting to the 4-hour OB I intended on buying from, below the one that was below this one. So I thought we could continue the buys from this 5-minute OB here, right? So right here. Now I know a lot of people are going to ask me, why did I not draw the zone using the order block itself? I used the candle next to it and price didn't touch the OB. Naturally, I don't really like order blocks with wicks. So honestly, the only answer I can give you is that I've seen this happen a lot of times where I know usually know when price tends to react off here rather than the order block itself, just because I've seen it happen a ton of times. I've missed a lot of trades because I want to enter off here, and then price reacts off here and goes higher. So my best answer is experience. My second best answer is that usually I don't like order blocks without wicks, especially on the 1 minute time frame. 5 minutes it's okay, but if I see a 1 minute OB without wick, I'll probably just use a 2 minute or 3 minute or something. Anyway, we had this OB that took our liquidity. We broke structure coming from that 2-hour order block there. We have a lot of liquidity here, like a trend line thing. You can say we have this here, and we did get that reaction. I just didn't take partials when I should have. So that was my mistake for this trade. 5.5 pips. I think my stop loss was bigger just because of spreads. Maybe 5.8 or something. I don't remember. But what I was expecting is kind of choppy. Let's check the 1 minute time frame. Now what I was expecting, I don't know, this is moving so slow, was that we would come up, take out like these equal highs here or something. That's why I didn't take 3-hour partials. I was aiming for like 4.5 or something. But what I failed to realize is that we're already breaking continuous structure to the downside, and we have also this right here. Again, yes, I didn't go for the extreme order block. Maybe it's keying on the 2 minute time frame, maybe. But yeah, it was being induced by these highs too, by this one, right? So I should have seen that. At least I would have probably refined it here and known, okay, I should definitely take partials before we get here, because then we could see that reversal. So that was my mistake. I didn't take partials when I should have. I was thinking we're going to come all the way up here. So you always have to have sensible areas of take profits. Sensible areas. I learned my lesson, and of course the next 2 trades I took, what I do? I took partials when I knew I should have. And the areas where I was expecting a reversal, we did have a reversal, like at least a retracement, right? So you always have sensible areas for your TP. The risk to reward matters because you should have a good risk to reward. Minimum, I'll say 2R, although of course for SMT traders we can easily get 3R per trade once you of course have your strategy down and you know what you're doing. 3R is, you can do it, you can get 3R, and you so I'll say 3R and above, perfect risk reward. Don't get caught up in having 100R, 45R. I'm telling you, those trades, I'm not saying all traders, because there are some traders that might hold large partials, like maybe 50% or more to like their higher time frame target, maybe 15R, 20R, whatever. But most traders that show off with their 45, 50R, even when I used to do all them fucking 50R shit, I always told you guys, look man, this is nothing significant. It's like a 0.0 something lot size. It's really not significant. It was all just for your ego, to make it seem, to just give yourself that ego boost, which isn't wrong. But man, once I'm here for the money, don't fucking kid yourself that you're not here for the money. Everyone who gets into Forex wants to become independent from Forex financially, and that's why I'm here. So I don't care about fucking 50R trades anymore. If I do hold partials, it's just so I can be sure about, like, just so I can tell myself, like, okay, I was correct that we are gonna have a deeper retracement. Like for example, I took an EU sell last week that I actually wanted to break down because a lot of people ask me like, why did I take that trade? They don't really understand it. You know what? I'm just gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down because I did want to break English, man. English. Okay, where was the sell? My sell was from here. So I took a sell here and I held 0.01 lot size all the way down, like here or here or something, somewhere down here. I don't even know what risk reward was. I didn't even share with you guys just because what's the point? It was just for self-satisfaction to know to know whether I was correct that we would see more downside, basically. But let me bring down the EU trade. For those of you who have gotten this far, let's see, what's the 35 minutes, damn, let's see whoever watches it till the end. You get a bonus breakdown. So let me replay it. It was around, no, it's a little bit more to the left, maybe around, yeah, let's just say here. So at this point in time, the EU 4 hour is super bearish. If I was taking any buys, it would be from here, here, or here. So I knew that looking for buys didn't make sense unless we're coming from. Did I catch buys from there? I wanted to catch buys from there. I don't remember if I did. I don't know. But anyway, my sell was from here. So what happened? We had a news. We came from that. Let me make it more clear. We came from this 8-hour OB right there, which caused price to go up. So that was the reason for the retracement. We did break this minor structure. This is not major structure. Minor internal structure, yes, we did break. So it made sense to take a buy from here, based off this hidden OB. Price didn't even come here then, which was disappointing. We reversed here. But anyway, it made sense to look for continuation buys anyway. But if you go to the 4 hour, what happened? This low failed to break major structure, meaning that you can't trust this low for buys anymore. You know, there's less chance that this POI is gonna hold price. A lot of people were trying to buy from here. I saw a lot of people trying to buy from here, but it didn't break any major structure. We were still bearish. We reacted off something in here. So it's your job to see, okay, where is this reaction coming from? You know, even if you knew you wanted to buy from here, you have to understand where is price coming from and where could we potentially be going to. So yeah, this is a weak low, failed to break any kind of structure on the 4 hours, so buying from there. At least even if you want us to buy for there, you should have waited for confirmation, especially because of how bearish we were here. So we have this news trade, this news impulse up that reacted off. Maybe it's clean on the 45 minute. That reacted off this 45 minute. This order block referring to the gap there. We have the inducement here. Right. I honestly myself was expecting price to maybe go higher to turn bullish, but you know, reaction off here in news. What happened? We went lower and we broke internal structure here. Right. So at this point in time, I'm like, okay, we're gonna continue going down, no doubt about it. We failed to break this high. Instead, what happened? We reacted off the order block here and broke this low. So for certain, we're gonna go down. So what did I see? I said, okay, we have this order block here where I want to sell from. Right now, a lot of people, they wanted to sell from here. Right, they refined it to the extreme. Look, guys, after impulsive moves like this, you would never see like a 90% retracement. You have to understand that. Maybe on the 1 minute time frame, sure, on the 1 minute, of course, because it does the 1 minute time frame, right? On a 4 hour, on a 1 hour, you know, you wouldn't be on those higher time frames. You wouldn't be expecting for price to just come back all the way here immediately. That's the first thing. Let me see if I can find an example. See how we push down here, but you're not going to expect on the same day price to just come back up, or the next day price to just go all the way. No, this was what, 2 days after, price to just come back up immediately after this impulsive move caused by news. That's the first thing. Secondly, which was actually the main reason why I didn't expect price to go up there, was because we already took out liquidity from here. We already took out liquidity. Let's check what it looks like on the 1 hour. See? Boom. We already took our liquidity from here. We already took our liquidity and we already got that confirmation on the 5 minute time frame. Right? We already got the confirmation. Right? You took out liquidity again on the 5-minute right here. Took out liquidity. So we've already taken out liquidity. And not only have we taken out liquidity, we've already broken structure. Broke this, we broke this, and we broke this. Would be like a maybe clean on the 1-minute or 3-minute or something. But we broke all of this to the downside already. 1 hour already closed as a we're grabbing liquidity. So for me, it was just a sign to move down. Now what did I do? My mistake, or what I should have done, is things I entered off this whole 10-minute, right? Again, I was like, okay, I don't want to miss out on trade, mostly because of the signal group too. I don't want to over refine and then miss out on a very good trade. So I just entered off this whole 10-minute time frame, like this, just like this. My stop loss was, I don't remember, maybe like 5.5 or something. I don't remember, something like that. And my first partial was at 3R. Oops, was that 3R? Was it 3R or 3.5? I don't remember. I think it was 3R because of this order block here. Yeah, so we have this OB here. Yeah, it was 3R. So because this OB, I was like, oh, I don't want to see. I don't like sitting through. I don't imagine having to sit down through here, right? And I want to take my partials and go to bed. This is late for me, so well, this is nighttime for me, right? So I took first partials at 3R, and then I took the other majority. So I took majority off here, maybe like 70% or so, and I took like another, probably, I don't know, I took the most of it off. I only left 0.01 at 7R. Why 7R? Because I'm expecting all of this to get taken out. So all of this was liquidity I wanted to see get taken out. This whole trend line thing here. Maybe you can even extend it. Yeah, something like that. But I was expecting it to get taken out, so that's why I aimed for 7R, and also because that's the first reason. Secondly, because we could have potentially seen a reaction off here, right? Potentially seen a reaction off here. We didn't, but potentially we broke internal structure, so we could have seen some sort of reaction off here. So I didn't want to. I just wanted to TP before, take most of my partials off before then, and then I left the runner, and I closed the runner like sometime this past week. And it ran, I don't know what the risk reward was. Let's actually check just for the fun of it. But like I said, 0.01 lot size, guys. I'm not making, it wasn't like I was making $100 off this. Yeah, about 20R. So yeah, 20R for this trade, or thereabout. Probably not exactly 20R, but something like that. Anyway, yeah, that was the EU trade from 2 weeks ago. So the week before the week that just passed. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, guys, so that was a trade. My trade from last week, the EU trade the week before that. I hope you guys learned something, because I believe I dropped a lot of gems in this one. So let me know in the comments if there's anything you learned, if there's anything that just let me know. Just share whatever you want to share with me in the comments. If you just want to be weird in the comments, go ahead. Be weird. If you have any questions, ask me questions. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. No one really cares, doesn't matter. But yeah, just back test. Don't be a lazy motherfucker. Back test. I feel like a freaking parent, but I shouldn't have to tell you this. Obviously, back test. If you really want this, guys, if you really want to be profitable, you can't give half of your effort. You have to give everything you can into it, no matter what. I'm a firm believer of, if you want something, you will. If you really want something, you will get it, because you will do whatever it takes to get it. If you really, same thing with it could even be addictions. If you really want to end something in your life, if you really want to change something and you really, really want it, I don't know about you guys, but I will do anything it takes. I will do anything it takes to get what I want, if I really want it. And if I don't put in that effort, then I know for certain that it's not something I really want. I'm just lying to myself that I want it. Anyway, that's it. That's the breakdown, guys. Have an amazing Sunday, or whatever day it is where you are when you're watching this video. Peace out, motherfucker.